Welcome to GTC's Teaching Tidbits Blackboard Ultra. In each episode, we explore techniques, tips, practices, and ideas to expand your knowledge of and your comfort with using Blackboard Ultra. And in this episode, I am again joined by April Akins from the Curriculum and Instructional Support Center. Welcome, April.
Thank you, Rachel.
We are back again. We just recorded an episode focusing on the end of the semester. We are in that frame where the fall semester is going to be wrapping up. And as you finish up the fall semester and finish everything out, then our attention turns then towards preparing for spring because it comes so quickly to us. So April is here today to share a helpful beginning of the semester checklist. As you get started, when you turn your attention to spring semester, she's got some helpful tips to help you start strong, especially when it comes to Blackboard Ultra. So April, I'm going to turn it over to you to share your teaching tidbits.
All right, so beginning of the semester to-dos. So I know you got a lot of prep to do as you begin a semester, but these are some reminders for you as you start building out your course. First off, you want to make sure that you have set up that overall grade. So if you go into your grade book and you see this purple notebook, that means that your overall grade has not been set up, which means it's not going to be calculating your grades correctly for your students. So you want to make sure you're going in and setting that up, building out those categories based on what your students' work looks like. If you need help with any of these things, definitely reach out to us because we can walk you through that pretty easily. The next thing that you want to do is make sure that those Blackboard categories that you're using in that overall grade do match up with your grade breakdown in Concourse, in your syllabus. So here you can see my overall grade. I have activities, final exam, homework and quizzes, and unit tests. And I have percentages out beside them because that's what I want them to count or be weighted within my course. But on my grade breakdown in Concourse, those numbers do match up. Not in the same order here, but they do match up, and that's what's important. Your students are going to see what's in Concourse, and that's your contract with the students. That's what they're expecting their grades to be calculated. So you want to make sure that Blackboard is doing that for you by setting up these categories in your Blackboard in that overall grade section. The next thing you want to do is edit and update your Concourse syllabus. So any of that initial information at the top that you need to update for the semester. So if it's your meeting times, your contact information, you're changing out a textbook, you need to add in your schedule for the semester, that information needs to be updated in your Concourse syllabus. The other piece to do in your Blackboard shell itself is to make sure you have a Start Here module at the beginning of the course, and that all of that information is filled out and available to your students. That helps us to meet kind of QM standards, which is something that we do here at Greenville Tech. We are a QM institution, and that is very helpful for online students and for your face-to-face and hybrid type students because it gives them information readily available to them of how to get started and how to be successful in their courses. So definitely use that Start Here module. Then a couple other things to highlight is to make sure that you're syncing your third-party links. So remember, go to your books and tools, and then click on that View Course and Institution Tools. And once you click into that, you'll locate your third-party link. Click into that and make sure that you set those up properly. The next thing is to update any due dates, especially if you're copying from a master that has due dates in it, you need to change them out for the new semester. So double check those due dates so that students aren't getting that automatic 0 the first day of class because the due date was showing for the fall semester or the spring semester, depending on when it is. The next thing is to make sure that your release conditions are set up the way you want them. Do you want the content visible to students? Do you want it hidden from students at this time? Or do you have those release conditions whereas they need to make sure they've completed the module ahead of time or they've completed that assignment and then they can access the next piece? So that's the other element you want to make sure that you're including there. And then your accessibility score. We really strive to get you above that 85% mark when you look at your course accessibility score. If you're not familiar with the accessibility using the Ally tool, definitely reach out to us so we can take a look at your course with you and get that up because we want to make the courses as accessible as possible for all students. But what we're looking for is that 85% or better, and we can help walk you through it. So you'll see these gauges pop up beside your content throughout the course. If you click on them, it's going to tell you what's going on. So if it's dark red, orange, it's going to be low accessibility. You get to that lighter green and then the dark green, you're moving into that more accessible content. And that's what we want to see. But it'll give you information on how to update and fix that. So we want to make sure that we're taking care of that for our students as we work through our course content. So that is the beginning of the semester updates that we want to make sure that you look at as you build your course content for the beginning of the semester.
Thank you, April. I have to say, I love a to-do list. I love a checklist. So to have these really important elements highlighted to make sure I don't forget something that is crucial to a successful start to the semester and just setting things on the right track, even for our students. It's great to have that and just to be able to check that off one by one. I have done all of these things. So thank you for sharing those helpful reminders as we will start to turn our attention towards a new semester. Well, if you want to continue the conversation with April, again, you are always welcome to. I've got April's email here on the screen, april.akins@gvltec.edu. Also, feel free to fill out a CISC support ticket. That is a great way to get connected with just the right person for the question or challenge that you are facing when it comes to Blackboard, Concourse technology, etc. And then also in the description below the video, we have a link to that CISC support ticket, as well as a link for the CISC LibGuide, where they are constantly posting a wealth of additional resources to be able to help support you in your teaching here. Well, that's our teaching tidbit for this episode of Blackboard Ultra, and we will see you next time.